Hello, Pony. I'm the Bernie, and welcome back to Ace Attorney Elements of Justice, Case 3, Episode 1. If you didn't see my trailer, there's a lot of things we are prepared for in this video, and some things we are not prepared for in this video. Spoilers for the end of Case 2. Rarity got convicted? No. Accused, there's the word, accused of murdering whoever the pony is that first committed suicide. Is my camera lagging? I don't know. I've had these things. Let me know in the comments down below if you see my camera lagging, and if it is, I apologize. I don't know why it's doing that. It shouldn't be. Back to it. I forgot what his name is. Something Melody. And Phoenix already convinced everyone, even the judge, that he committed suicide. There was no murder. And now this Sherlock Holmes pony, if I don't know his name, has got new evidence that Rarity did the murder. And now we have, I'm pretty sure Apollo is going to, yeah, it's Apollo and Sonata who are going to be up against, I don't know who. We don't know who the prosecutor is. But we do know is that this this title screen has Trixie and Sonata in it. So hopefully they're not against each other again, because the last time we saw Trixie was not in this episodes, was not in this Elements of Justice. It was in Turnabout Storm, which this takes, which is this take after Turnabout Storm. So we'll see what they do with Trixie. I'm trying to remember if we've seen Trixie before. This, I don't think we have. Oh, whatever. But yeah, I got nothing else, so without further ado, let's get into it. And let's go. Manhattan District Court, courtroom number 2. XXX, XXX, XXXX. Well, this is chilling. You. Wait, who are you? Oh, that was cool. Celestia is the judge.
Are you all right, my little pony?
Overall concept.
Of course, Princess Celestia.
That's his name. Wow, I don't know why it just took me seeing. Let's just start this over and forget I said anything. Go. The courtroom number 2. Oh, I didn't even realize it was the courtroom. I thought it was the investigation room. Sorry, I don't know why I didn't click that. I'm not. Again, that is so cool. I love that. Love that animation. I hit my mic again.
Are you all right, my little pony?
So, before I forgot to freaking, I'm glad I didn't forget to hit record, because you can actually see my reaction. Overall Concept was his name. Jeez, I cannot believe I forgot his name. He was the pony who allegedly committed suicide, and now there's new evidence that says he didn't commit suicide, he was murdered. By who? By Rarity. So, overall concept. Now I got everybody's name. Here we go.
Yes, of course, Princess Celestia.
Are you? You're shaking quite a lot.
Well, I mean, I guess I am a little nervous. You know, since I am the one on trial and since you're the one presiding.
Trial? For what? What's he on trial for? Also, whoever did Celestia's voice fits it to a T. Good job. I'm trying to remember when this was, because he's currently dead. Unless I'm not thinking of the right pony, which if so, I am so sorry about that. I haven't seen Case 1 in forever.
No offense, Your Highness.
None taken, Mr. Concept.
Oh my gosh.
And I understand your nervousness. This kind of attention isn't something you're used to, I would imagine.
It's so good.
Now I understand how some of the actors I've worked with have felt before a particularly nerve-wracking performance.
Or right before a performance of Makuth, as I understand it.
That's only if you talk about it before the show begins, actually. It's a bit of a superstition in the world of theater. I apologize if this seems rude of me, Your Highness, but why are you talking to me? Isn't the judge supposed to be impartial or aloof?
I suppose that is partially true, but technically speaking, I haven't called the courtroom to order. As such, I am not officially the judge at this moment. Likewise, you're not officially the defendant. So, you and I can enjoy a brief, pleasant conversation, if but for a little while.
I can already tell you that this is going to be an amazing episode because they went all out with the expressions. Okay. I'm trying to think if on Case 1, if they said he was on trial before for something else, but I can't remember.
And I do enjoy talking with some pony from the theater, even though it's been a while since I properly watched a production myself. Or performed in one.
Thank you, Princess Celestia. I appreciate that.
And what about you, Miss Sonata?
Huh?
Yes, Your Honor?
Okay, now I'm completely confused. Also, I don't know if I've seen this complete detail in the other ones, but when they're talking, they have like their tongue out for when they actually need their tongue out to speak. That is a really nice detail to the animator, and I don't know if I've seen it in Case 1 or Case 2, but right now it's really prevalent, and bravo, it's really good. Also, sorry, but pausing is just the only way I can get my thoughts out, and so I don't have to scream over the thing, and also I can focus on the camera and y'all, and not have to focus on two things. So, yeah, let's keep going.
Unless you'd prefer Princess, I mean.
Oh, that's...
Your
oh my
honor will
gosh.
suffice once we begin. Now, I couldn't help but notice you staring quite intently at the judge's bench. It was almost like you were trying to burn a hole into it. Has something upset you?
No. I'm just, I was remembering what some pony once told me. Some advice.
A friend, I presume?
I wouldn't say he was, no. I didn't know him for long.
This is your first official trial, isn't it?
It is.
It's certainly good for you to keep any and all advice in mind. But if you do not mind me speaking candidly, I believe you are already quite capable. Huh?
Hold up. This is Sonata's first case after Turnabout Storm? Whoa. Then this goes back way far back. Then this goes back a long time. That's better English. When was this? Also, maybe the trailer was only for this. Because I don't believe Celestia can be the judge. Also, speaking out of this, I don't know if I feel like I want Celestia or actually the judge, because DeWilsonator's voice is iconic and great, and I really hope he doesn't like lose this part because he was great at it. But I mean, he can come back. But yeah, I don't know. What do y'all think? Celestia or the judge? Yeah, this goes back a long time. My gosh.
Very few, if any, trainee attorneys would be in court after only 6 months of education.
6
And
months?
no one has been able to accomplish that after serving a 6-month prison sentence.
Holy crap. This is like right after Turnabout Storm. Again, if you have not watched Turnabout Storm, please do not watch this episode. You're going to be so confused. Sonata, I don't even know if I should say it, because I don't want to say it. Because I want people to go watch Turnabout Storm. But if I say it, then people won't watch Turnabout Storm because they'll know what happened. I'm going to say it. Because even though you know the ending, just keep watching it to lead up to the ending is way better. So please, if you have not seen Turnabout Storm, go watch it now. Do it. Sonata, at the end of Turnabout Storm, got sentenced to jail. I'm not going to say for what crime. But it wasn't a huge deal. And she served in only 6 months. And in those 6 months, she tried to be... Well, she didn't try to be. She studied for being an attorney in jail. And then got out and is now in court as a defense attorney. Wow. Yeah, this is like literally right after Turnabout Storm. So what is... I don't remember overall being on trial for something else. Ooh. Could this have come back to haunt him? Maybe he got... Maybe he was found innocent and somebody thought he was guilty and then killed him for it. Ooh, interesting.
Speaking frankly, Miss Sonata, I believe that's something to be proud of.
It wasn't just me, though. So many others helped me. The new lawkeeper, she...
Lawkeeper
Does that
Equity.
really diminish your own efforts?
Lawkeeper Equity.
Were they the ones who made that decision for you?
She's right. I can't focus on who or what got me here. I just have to focus on what I'm doing now. I'll get you out of this mess, Mr. Concept. One way or another.
What mess?
Thank you, Your Honor.
Of course.
Who's the...
Now then,
Nice.
court is now in session for the trial of overall concept. Defense, are you ready to begin?
I am, Your Honor.
And the prosecution?
Ah, come on. Okay, I can see why it would be her, or how it would be her. Though I'm not quite sure, since I know the timeline of this. Again, Turnabout Storm coming through. She was brutally defeated by Phoenix Wright and Twilight. And she doesn't have a very good track record, as that, I'm pretty sure, was her first prosecution trial. Now she's the prosecutor for this trial. I don't know how many trials after Turnabout Storm she's done. But in Turnabout Storm, she was in a good light. So hopefully I don't hate her again.
The great and powerful Trixie is always ready, Your Honor.
Love or hate her, that voice is spot on. Oh my gosh, these voice actors have outdone themselves so well. I can't roll my R's like that. I cannot. So finding somebody who can, that's great. That's amazing. Oh my gosh, that's so cool.
I had no idea the circus was back in town. Was that really necessary?
But of course. What is a performer if she does not perform? What is a star if she does not act as though she is always on stage? Though Trixie may have traded the tricks and thrills of her magic show for the trials and tribulations of the courtroom, she remains Trixie, the greatest entertainer in all of Equestria!
Trixie. Somehow I'm not surprised. I guess it's true what they say. You can take the showmare out of the show, but you can't take the show out of the showmare.
But Trixie understands you are right. Now is not the time for theatrics. There is a job to do. And regardless of the circumstances, Trixie intends to do her duty to the fullest of her abilities.
Okay, that line right there is a foreshadowing, I'm pretty sure, of how she's actually going to act. In Turnabout Storm, she just wouldn't care if the defense was innocent or not, because she was trying to hurt Twilight. That's literally was all her job in Turnabout Storm, was hurting Twilight. Though she was a good prosecutor, she still did some underhanded tricks and stuff. Let's see how she does in this one.
Ah, well, the court is quite glad to hear it.
Huh. I thought it would take something like a raging Ursa Minor to put Trixie's eccentricities to bed. But what that means for her skill as a prosecutor.
Now that both the defense and prosecution are ready, I believe we can begin. Prosecutor Trixie, your opening statement, if you would, please.
Yes, Your Honor.
Here goes. Time to see what Trixie has up her sleeve.
The victim was an Earth Pony mare named Estella Pantomimia, or Stella to those closest to her. Together, she and her...
This is another murder? Are you serious? Oh my gosh, after Turnabout Storm, there have been so many murders. And this is the one we haven't figured... We didn't even hear of. We just heard Celestia and Luna say that after Phoenix's time in Equestria, it has not gone any better. Which isn't good.
Twin sister Espy lived in Manhattan, with the victim making a living as a costume designer.
Wow, she's...
Estella Pantomimia. I've heard of her and her work. She made her debut with Bridal Way's theater production of Flash Royale, didn't she?
That's right, Your Honor. The papers were quick to label her as one of the most promising designers of her generation. Many gave her the moniker, the Stellar Designer. Trixie has seen a few of Estella's designs herself, and must admit the nickname was hardly an exaggeration.
Unless my ears were mistaken, that was a genuine compliment from Trixie. But that doesn't seem right. What game is she playing?
It is unfortunate, then, that Stella's career was cut tragically short by a truly brutal act. Murder.
They say that stars who shine the brightest inevitably end up fading the quickest. We have truly lost one such example.
Indeed, Your Honor. And there is only one pony to blame for that loss. None other than the accused overall concept.
Alright. So now that it's murder that he's being accused of, my original synopsis, is that the right word? That somebody could have said that he is innocent because we know he's going to plead, he's going to get innocent. It could come back to haunt him as somebody in that trial, or say the twin that's probably in the trial watching is the one who killed him. Though I can't say how I know why they think it's Rarity. The twin didn't look anything like Rarity. She's not a unicorn. So, I don't know. Let's see.
The prosecution intends to prove his guilt today and bring justice, however late, to Estella Pantomimia.
So that's how she intends to play this, painting this as a crusade for justice. That's certainly a far cry from who she used to be. I guess she's not the only pony who's changed. And it certainly looks like she believes in what she says, which will make it all the more difficult to prove her wrong.
Has the
I love
victim's sister
this.
been contacted?
I love this.
Trixie has tried, but it has proven more challenging than she anticipated.
Why is that?
Your Honor, it seems SB Pantomimia has disappeared.
Oh. Oh. That's cool.
Yes, Trixie isn't sure where she's gone, if anywhere. But what is certain is that SB's no longer in Manhattan. The police haven't found even a trace of her since she was last sighted. She's just gone.
I see. That is troubling. I hope that we are able to locate her then, even if it's only to deliver the bad news. And
think she
how
already
did
knows.
Mr. Concept know of Mrs. Stella Pantomimia?
Overall worked at the same place as the victim, Bridal Way Theater. He was her fellow costume designer, actually.
Are you saying they were rivals?
Not exactly. By most accounts, they were friends. Stella, Overall, and even SB.
Most accounts? What do you mean?
Well, Trixie isn't in the habit of spreading rumors, but a few tabloids did see the two of them together quite a lot outside of work hours. Some even went so far as to say the two were an item. Now,
Objection! Don't tell me you think we should listen to the words of some gossip column.
Oh. No, it was his parents that put him into a state of depression. Though, losing somebody he cares about a lot, more than likely loves, could have also put him down that road. Then losing his parents.
Is it really a crime for two ponies to date each other?
is
that what you think makes my client guilty?
Oh my gosh, that
If
face.
Miss Early Start would let Trixie finish, maybe she'd hear what Trixie thinks.
I'm also curious. What relevance do these tabloids hold?
Well, many are little more than rumor mills. They did point out that, with how Estella was quickly growing as a star, it'd be no time at all before she overtook Bridalway's current head designer. Overall concept.
I see. So even though they were friends, you believe that this would have changed?
Trixie has seen what passion can make a pony do first hoof, Your Honor. And if passion spirals into jealousy,
It can lead to sorrow beyond measure.
Overall Concept was the head designer of that theater before. Sorry, I'm trying to put the pieces together of how this connects. Is it the same Broadway theater right now as he's still the head? If so, that's a long time. Actually, we don't know how long it was, per se.
No! I can't let Trixie get away with this. That is still conjecture at best. Not to mention
Whoa.
completely contradicted by what you just said. Mr. Concept was friends with both Estella and Espy. Why would he want to hurt the one but not the other? I believe the
that-
prosecution would do well not to spread baseless rumors.
Trixie admits that this is a thin argument at best. If it pleases
Really?
the defense, Trixie will refrain from digging into the defendant's personal life.
Then,
But Trixie still contends that Overall Concept murdered Estella Pantomimia. And Trixie has the evidence to prove it.
well, at least I've gotten us away from that uncomfortable implication. But what should I do now?
A quick tip. It's probably better to wait until we start making actual arguments before you object to anything.
You mean that wasn't you making an argument?
Hardly. I was just getting warmed up. But I appreciate the compliment.
It really wasn't one.
Now it's been, what, a year since I last saw you? Does that sound about right?
Something like that. Surprised to see me?
That face
Only
is
a little.
awesome.
I'm more surprised to see you standing over there, of all places. I wouldn't have thought the defense's bench would suit you. Maybe you were better off as just a witness.
And maybe you'd be better off as just a traveling magician?
The great and powerful Trixie is hardly a one-act-fits-all mare.
Really?
Oh
you
my
could have
gosh.
fooled me. I mean, you still kept the silly hat and cape.
There is nothing silly about my hat and cape. Besides, when it comes to accessories, at least I'm consistent with what I wear.
So you remember the clothing choices of every mayor you talk to?
Only the ones who are into...
Yes, thank you.
Defense? Prosecution? You can't court here. This is a courtroom.
Right, Your Honor.
Of course, Your Honor. Trixie shall save this for another time.
Now then, Prosecutor Trixie, you mentioned evidence.
Trixie did indeed, Your Honor. But Trixie also has indisputable testimony to provide, too. Together,
Oh.
these will fully demonstrate Overall Concept's guilt.
She's confident, like she has all the answers.
That's
Whatever
useful.
this evidence and testimony are, they're at least strong enough to make her think she's got this case wrapped up. But there has to be some area she's not given proper thought. Time to shine a little light on those dark corners. And prove to them, to him and to myself, that I can do this.
What the?
I'm glad they're at least treating you somewhat better than the last time you were here. You okay, Sonata?
Oh yes, thank you.
You just went a little quiet is all.
I'm fine. Don't worry. Look, I get it. I'm the last pony you want to see, let alone talk to right now. But I can't help unless you open up to me. And I do want to help you, Ms. Dash. She's been like this ever since we arrived. I haven't managed to get a word out of her. I know why, but... Ms. Dash, you and I both know you don't deserve to be here. Again. If you could just tell me your side of the story, I'm sure we can figure out what to do next.
Huh?
It's going absolutely nowhere.
Rainbow, do you want to know how the others are doing?
The others? You mean like Rarity, right? What's been going on? I know she was arrested, but beyond that, well, I've just kind of been here, you know?
Apollo's decided to defend her.
What?
He's
What?
in Manhattan right now, along with Teresa.
Huh? Hold up, what? I'm confused now. Why is Rainbow Dash in jail? Why is Rainbow Dash in jail? Oh! I just realized what that meant. Trixie hasn't seen her for a year. It's been a year. Okay. Alright, so this is flashing to the future? Oh, this is confusing. So this is present. Right now. Okay. And apparently we're going with Sonata's viewpoint. So that's cool. Why is Rainbow Dash in custody right now, though?
See Spike and Applejack. They're doing everything they can to save Rarity. I can promise you that.
Right. That's good. I guess.
Given how Rainbow reacted after Sweetie's trial last week, no wonder she feels conflicted. This whole situation is odd, though. 2 element bearers being accused of a crime? It's unlucky at best, and suspicious at worst. I wonder... Oh, right. Sweetie Belle is with every pony in Manhattan as well.
Wait, what? They're just letting her walk around like nothing happened?
Rainbow! Come on, she's just a kid. That's uncalled for.
Uncalled for? After what she did?
Ms. Dash, how would Ms. Rarity feel if she could hear what you're saying about her sister?
Ugh. She wouldn't take it well, that's for sure. And it probably doesn't help that she's stuck in the detention center.
Like Scootaloo, and yourself last time.
No! You don't get to make that comparison. Not you. Never you.
Ouch.
All right. I won't. Even so, surely you must realize that it isn't fair treating Sweetie Belle this way, right?
Fair? Fair?
I'm so confused. Why is Rainbow Dash in the detention center? I can't remember. Somebody in the comments is gonna have to tell me if this doesn't answer it. Oh my gosh,
That's right, coming from you.
I'm just saying.
Yes, Sonata. I'm sure you know exactly what makes anything fair. It's not like you've never lied or cheated your way to the top before. Oh wait, that's right. You did. And we all know what happened next, don't we? Don't talk to me about what's fair, Sonata.
ouch.
She's right. I can't tell her what is and isn't fair. Not after what I did. Even so, I can't let her bottleneck me. It's her life on the line, no matter what she thinks. I understand you don't want to talk to me. So, it would at least be helpful if you knew some pony who would. Is there any pony that comes to mind?
Why? So you can bother them with your dumb questions?
Would you rather I keep bothering you instead?
No, but you're here anyway.
Exactly. So, if you want me out of your mane, it would be best if you could give me a name. Just one. That's all.
No way! I ain't gonna talk to you, and I'm sure as heck not gonna let you talk to.
Ah? So there is some pony that can give us some information? Who?
Forget it! I'm done talking! Go away!
Ms. Dash, please. This pony. They could help. If you would just let me know who they are. Silent again. I'd applaud her for the consistency if it wasn't so frustrating.
Then it appears we're at a stalemate.
Perhaps so. However, no matter how strong some pony's defense may be, there is always an opening. Once you're aware of the pieces in play, it's simply a matter of utilizing them to find a way to corner your opponent.
Fluttershy.
Chess, huh? Do you play?
I did, often. Do you?
Nah, I'm more of a poker guy, admittedly. But what's that got to do with Rainbow?
Just watch. Rainbow thinks she can keep quiet? Fine. Then I'll just force her to open up. Using words and words alone.
Oh?
Now then. I'll need to break through every line of defense Miss Dash puts up against me.
Oh, this is cool.
This pony she's protecting. It's vital I
It's
identify
Fluttershy.
who they are. Using what I know about Rainbow Dash, what is the most optimal
No, that's Pinkie
strategy
Pie
to
and
employ
Fluttershy.
in order to do so?
Who is it?
Quit staring! You can bug me all you want. I'm not saying squat.
Given that she doesn't want to reveal the identity of this mystery pony, I'd say it's likely to be one of her friends. She won't make this easy, though. I doubt she'll even engage me directly. Unless I provoke her in some way. The right way, that is. When it comes to those she cares for, Rainbow is loyal. She'd be willing to come to a friend's aid, especially if it's against some pony she doesn't trust to begin with.
Yep.
That means I'll need to watch my tongue. If I say something too out of line or something clearly wrong, it'll cost me. As will standing around thinking about what to say. I need to strike while the iron is hot. And correctly at that. Time is of the essence. Alright. That should do it. Let's begin.
Logic chess.
So, this pony you mentioned, what was their role in the incident? Well, here goes nothing. What should I say?
This is actually like a game. Alright. I'm gonna pause. I'm gonna see what I would say, and I want y'all to comment below what y'all would say. See if it's right. And no cheating. I missed that part.
Don't tell me they were somehow responsible for your arrest.
What? No! That's crazy!
Why do you say that?
Cause it's obvious!
To you, perhaps, but not to others like myself.
Yeah? Well, no pony cares what you think.
And what about the police? Surely their opinion matters, if not mine.
Well, yeah, obviously. But they're not stupid. They probably already talked to her.
Uh-oh. What do y'all think? Her or wait and see? I'm choosing her.
Her. Is that right?
Her? They? Who cares?
The police, for one. Now, why would they need to talk to this mare?
Cause she's my friend. They wanted to talk to ponies I know and stuff.
That seems rather selective. Why this friend specifically? None of your other friends have been contacted, to my knowledge.
It's Fluttershy. It has to be
I have
Fluttershy.
a feeling I know why. I may as well put her out of her misery on this one.
She's a witness. She knows you the best, I take it. I'm saying she knows you the best, and I'm pretty sure it's Fluttershy. Because no other pony is as great a friend to her as Fluttershy. They've grown up together. Yeah, I'm gonna say she knows you the best. Let me know in the comments down below what you think.
I'm
Really?
sorry, Ms. Dash. I can see you're trying to protect her. I really can. But enough is enough.
What?
You said it yourself. The police have spoken to your friend.
Oh,
Naturally,
that makes
they would
sense.
have a good reason for this. Tell me, she's a witness, isn't she?
Ugh. Okay, fine. Yeah, she was there. She saw what happened.
And who was she?
Pinkie Pie.
That makes sense.
What?
From what I know, those two are quite close.
Not closer than Fluttershy and her? Excuse me? Alright, this is all wrong. I'm going about this all wrong. For one thing, I don't even know why Rainbow Dash is in jail.
Why were you so insistent on keeping that from us, though?
Because I don't want to talk about her behind her back. We're friends. Not like you'd understand.
Yeah, no. I didn't think that was gonna be a choice. Sorry.
You happy, Sonata? Good. Now take the hint and leave me and my friends alone.
I don't intend to, Ms. Dash. I just want to help. And that can only happen if you tell me what you know.
Don't you get it yet? I'm not talking to you about any of that stuff.
So you say. But unfortunately, I can't let this go.
Oh.
Now that I've confirmed Pinky's role in this, the next step is to determine what Rainbow is keeping from me. Mainly her involvement, and the reason behind her detainment. Once I'm aware of these things, we can actually start to make some headway. She'll likely try and keep quiet again. But letting her run her mouth when provoked seems to be working rather well. Time to draw out this information, for good.
Okay. How are you involved in this incident? Were there any other witnesses? No. Did you know the victim by any chance? Victim? Who's the victim? I think I missed something at the end. So we need to figure out Pinky's involvement in this. So it's not gonna be were there any other witnesses? Did you know the victim? How are you involved in this incident? What would y'all say in the comments? I'm gonna say, did you know the victim? Dang it.
How are you specifically involved in this incident, Ms. Dash? There's little sense in asking this without something to back me up. Perhaps another question might help?
That's probably why I didn't think. Oh, boom, there it is. Okay, so did you know the victim? Yeah.
Did you know the victim by any chance?
No, not at all. Heck, I've never even talked to her before.
Her? Okay, now I'm completely confused. Who else just died? Or probably not died. Victim can be used in other meanings, but what the heck is going on?
Oh, not at all? Not even in passing?
Like I'd ever? No way.
No, I'm not gonna say this. I'm gonna say wait and see. That seems too much. She's not the one to run her. Well, actually, is she? Ooh. This could hurt. What do y'all think in the comments? With how much you run your mouth, we'll wait and see. She does run her mouth a lot, especially when she's prideful. Oof, I'm gonna say it. Really? Dang it.
Do I have to spell it out to you? Jeez. Look, I never talked to her. Got it?
Her. Yep.
Her, you say? That is quite interesting to hear, Ms. Dash. Seeing as I don't recall mentioning the victim was a mare.
Well, yeah, duh. I, heard it from one of the guards that arrested me. Wrongly, by the way.
You certainly don't appear to hold the victim in high regard. If you've never spoken to her, why is that the case?
When you hear stuff about some pony, you sort of make up your mind about them pretty quick, okay?
Somehow, I doubt all of this is as simple as she's claiming it is. Very peculiar choice of words, though. She's never even talked to her, as opposed to...
Seeing her.
Yes! This might be the clue I was looking for.
You've seen the victim.
Ms. Dash, I ask again, how are you involved in this incident? There's no point in playing dumb.
Dumb?
You've already misspoken. Fatally so. You said, quite clearly, that you'd never even talked to the victim. Rather odd, isn't it? Saying that, instead of never having seen her.
Ugh, fine. I've seen her around before, sure. But like I said, I barely know her. I'm too busy, you know?
Busy doing what?
What do you think? Wonderbolt Reserve's training, of course. An athlete's gotta be focused on making sure she's at the top of her game.
I'd have thought you'd train together. With the other reserves, I mean. Not by yourself. I also assumed the Wonderbolts cared deeply about team spirit. I suppose that's just not the case, though.
No. No way. Is the victim they're talking about her? And what's her name? What's her name? I remember now.
We do!
You seem up. Ooh. You seem upset, but wait and see. She seem upset. Dang it. I'm always wrong.
What would you know about team spirit anyway, huh? You've never done anything for any pony but yourself. But the Wonderbolts? They're a team. There's a bond there. We look out for each other. It's not our fault if some pony doesn't think that matters, okay?
Nah, that's too harsh. I'm gonna say I wait and see. Yep.
Well, all I'm saying is, if some pony doesn't get that, they're not Wonderbolt material. She definitely wasn't. And I'd never want to train with some pony like that.
It's
Is
her.
that so?
It's her.
Well, that's interesting.
What the heck are you talking about now?
She, meaning the victim in this incident, I take it.
If it's the pony I'm thinking of, she's definitely talked to her. And she's definitely had a grudge.
So you're both a part of the Wonderbolts reserves then? Which makes sense, given that the victim was found at the Wonderbolt Academy after all. Which finally answers my question as to your involvement. You've been accused of hurting a fellow member of the Wonderbolt reserves.
Oh! No one even knew why she was. And. Okay.
Fine. Yeah, that's it. Just lay off, will you?
And that, as they say, is checkmate.
That was cool. I like that.
That was amazing, Sonata! I didn't think she'd talk. You certainly have a knack for this.
Well, when I was younger, I figured out how to read others to find what they were hiding.
You just
That
used
way,
it.
I could use that information to my advantage. It made for a difficult fold, admittedly.
Your full hood?
Yeah. Anyway, that's not important right now. Ms. Dash, are you ready to talk to us?
Ugh, fine. I guess I don't really have a choice, do I? But I'll make this quick. I don't want to waste time explaining stuff you should already know. So no more pointless questions, got it?
I wouldn't have had to ask any if you just cooperated. Very well. Could you tell us the victim's name then?
Lightning Dust.
Her name's Streamline.
Wait,
She's
what?
a Wonderbolt reservist, just like me.
Oh, yeah. You mentioned before you always wanted to join. Congrats!
Thanks, Nix. It wasn't easy, and it took a lot of hard work, but I finally made it.
Did Streamline become a reservist around the same time you did?
No, she became one a little bit later. I never heard of her before, and then she suddenly found her way onto the team.
Okay.
Not like she deserved it, though.
Why's that?
Because she just doesn't, okay?
Definitely a sore subject. You probably shouldn't ask her why she feels that way. At least, not until she's calmed down.
Agreed.
Definitely a sore subject.
What exactly happened at the academy?
We were doing training exercises.
Didn't you say you'd never train with some pony like her?
Yeah.
Then, what happened to make you change your mind that day?
They said I had to. For the good of the team.
They being...
Wonderbolts.
Our captain. So we were all there. Even me. With her.
And what sort of training exercises were you all doing?
Push-ups, sit-ups, plenty of juice, the usual Wonderbolt stuff.
Usual stuff? What about, I don't know, wing push-ups or something?
No offense, Nix, but what would you know? You're not a Wonderbolt. You don't even have a pair of wings.
Though your name suggests you should.
Yeah, it does. Ugh, you know it's a bad thing if we both agree on that. Your name totally doesn't fit.
Well, I'm always flying by the seat of my pants in court, aren't I?
Wow. That was bad. That was bad.
I was expecting a little pushback from that, you two.
Hey, when you're right, you're right.
It's just, you seemed rather at ease with the notion, Mr. Wright. Which is a little concerning.
Let's just get back to the case at hand, alright?
Right. So, just as we were moving into a typical flight routine, Streamline collapsed.
She collapsed?
Yeah, and that's when I got arrested.
But why would they arrest you in the first place?
The police think I had something to do with it.
And what exactly do they think you did?
Poisoned.
Could you repeat that, Ms. Dash?
I think you poisoned her.
They think I poisoned her, okay? They think that's why she collapsed. Which is a load of horse.
Poisoned her? Not murdered.
Yeah? Sheesh, Sonata, keep up, would ya?
Does that mean Streamline's still alive?
I should I know?
Oh.
Nobody's told me anything about what's happening out there.
Did the police at least tell you how they think you poisoned her? Or why they suspect you?
Nope. The guards weren't exactly the talkative type.
Not like you were either. Let me reframe the question. Why you specifically? Why don't the police suspect, say, one of the other Wonderbolts?
Who knows? Probably just a case of me being in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Ms. Dash, I must insist you...
Well, Nix, what's the plan for getting me out of all of this, huh?
Well, Sonata's actually the one leading your case, not me.
What? Don't tell me you think I actually did it!
No, of course not. It's just...
I volunteered.
Zip it, Sonata! I already talked to you enough today! Come on, Nix! You gotta help me out! I know this looks bad, but we've been in bad scenarios before, remember? And you've never let any pony stop you from winning. Not Gilda, not Trixie, not some stuck-up blackmailer.
Charming.
Point is, Nix, I know if you were my lawyer, we'd be able to come out on top.
Rainbow, I know you want me for this, but...
But what?
Well, I suppose this is somewhat better than getting the silent treatment. But she doesn't trust me at all. And she certainly won't, even if I try and force her to. Maybe I should take a page from Mr. Wright's playbook. Ms. Dash, I know you don't trust me, but believe me. I meant what I said earlier. You don't deserve to be in jail. And I know you'd never poison some pony. Even if you don't believe in me, at least believe that much.
Sonata's already done so much to help us out too, you know. She discovered evidence that saved Scootaloo in the other trial. Remember?
Yeah, I remember.
Sonata says she's a changed mare, and I believe her, and in her too. If it helps to know, Sonata will have my help in the trial, so she won't be going in alone. I'll be her co-counsel, so I'll be right beside her the whole time.
Ms. Dash, I promise, I will do anything to save you.
You'd better.
Ouch.
So you're okay with this, then?
As long as Nix is there, everything should be good.
Eh.
No surprises. Know what I mean?
Of course.
Time's up, you three. I'll be taking the suspect in for further questioning. Oh, one more thing. I've been instructed to inform you that the trial will begin later this afternoon.
What? That's hardly any time at all. Why?
I'm sorry, sir, but the prosecution insisted. The trial, she said, is of national importance, so it'll be best to have it sooner rather than later.
And given who the victim and defendant are, I suppose that would make sense. Still...
Okay. Now it all makes sense. This was supposed to be... Okay. Okay, I thought for some reason I missed something in the end of Trial 2. But no, this was just so we can actually figure out what happened. Makes more sense now.
Thinking it over now, maybe I should have realized earlier that this was more than a simple poisoning. That last look Rainbow gave me, as inscrutable as it was, seemed to indicate so. But I had no time to confront it. Perhaps I should have pushed Rainbow harder, or gotten that guard to give us more time to talk, or... Of course, the thing about hindsight is, you never find it until after the fact, and foresight never before. But that's how the past traps you, lulls you into a false sense of safety. How it makes you think it's this innocent thing, inert, dead, final. You think it can't hurt you once it's become the past. In thinking this, you believe it somehow will help you understand the present. That it'll help uncover what lies beneath the shadow of time and memory. And you get so caught up, thinking about what you did or didn't do, or what you should have done, how you should have known better, that you fail to see the story for what it is. Until it's too late.
It is Broadway Theater. Okay.
Hard to believe we're back here again, eh, Polly?
After what we had to put up with? Yeah, it kind of is. If Prince You-Know-Who wasn't so busy admiring himself, he could have taken a look at the case instead.
Okay. So that trailer actually didn't give away too much, because now there's 2 trials happening at the same time, or 2 investigations. I may say. One, which, yes, this is very, very suspicious. Why 2 element bearers known around Equestria are accused of murder at the same exact time. Interesting.
Maybe.
Oh, also, sorry. We also see that Sonata and Apollo aren't Now that trailer makes sense. How Apollo and Sonata were separate. Okay. Apollo is going to be on his own with Twilight, I assume. And then Sonata's going to be with Phoenix. And from what I can assume, it's either going to be Trixie with the prosecution. No. Yes, Trixie with the prosecution on this trial, or Phoenix's trial, which we'll see.
Then the police wouldn't have forced us to not investigate till the prosecutor wrapped up everything on his end.
I bet he's doing this on purpose. After what happened at the last trial, he's trying anything he can to win this time. Even against our investigation.
Well, I just realized, I didn't even realize Prince Know-It-All is Prince Blueblood. He's the freaking prosecutor on this case again? Are you serious? Alright, so that means Trixie is going to be the prosecutor of the other one. Actually, did they say Twilight was here? Yeah, because Spike's here.
Come on, you two. Things have been pretty rough, yeah. But we're here now. Look.
It doesn't seem like a lot has changed, though.
Hey, yeah. Even the receptionist looks the same. Oh, maybe it's her twin sister? Still, I never thought we'd come back here. And definitely not for the same reason as the first time. The way this place draws in bad omens? I don't like the coincidences one bit.
Is it just me, or does this... Oh. My... Dang it, I can't point. The receptionist. Doesn't she look a bit familiar? No, the colors are wrong. I mean, is there such thing as ponies dyeing their fur in this canon? Huh. I don't know.
Granny Smith always used to say that coincidences are just ways of seeing the world's levers and pulleys for what they are. I know Rarity's innocent, and I know there has got to be some rational reason for what's happening. But that don't mean I'm comfortable with the fact that it's happening in the first place. If it is just a coincidence, or just a bunch of mistakes on the part of some pencil pusher, it's in poor taste.
No, it's definitely a mistake. And that's what we're here for. We're gonna prove that Rarity's innocent and save the day, like we always do. And I'll bet that Apollo's already figured out how to do just that, all without needing a trial.
Well, if that's true, then I want to help. In any way possible.
Hopefully that doesn't mean sending any more blackmail letters.
Spike.
Was it a mistake to bring both Sweetie Belle and Spike along? Honestly, given how everything ended after Sweetie's trial, I'm surprised the two haven't argued more on the train ride here. Still, I think we need to keep an eye on both of them. They're just kids. After all, they're liable to go off on just about anything. And I can't have that happen. Not while I'm trying to save Rarity. We'll do what we always do, Sweetie Belle. Interview a few witnesses, investigate the crime scene, and gather clues. That'll let us have a compelling argument to prove Rarity couldn't have committed the crime.
Yeah! This is basically the bread and butter of the Write Anything agency. Don't you worry.
But what about figuring out where we need to go?
Don't worry about that neither. Remember that story I told you a while back? About how I got my cutie mark? I got myself a history in Manhattan, you see. Anywhere we need to go, I'll guide us there guaranteed.
That definitely would be helpful, Applejack. Thank you.
Oh, okay, Applejack.
Pardon me, but may I be let through, please?
Oh, sorry, yeah. Mr. Playwright! You're just the pony we wanted to see.
I am?
Yes?
Ah, it's you two. You are with that Mr. Wright fellow, yes?
Right. My name's Apollo Justice. I'm a defense attorney.
And I'm Trucy. Trucy Wright.
With all these rights, we definitely left the original point of this conversation.
Really?
I must say, it is quite the surprise to see you both again. Though your entourage still remains impressively large. Do all of you need me for something then?
We do have a habit of dragging around a lot of people with us.
We do. You probably heard about it, but our friend Rarity was arrested recently. The police think she had something to do with Overall Concept's death.
Okay.
Can you believe that?
I did hear about that. It is absolutely absurd. She's a national hero for Celestia's sake.
I know, right? This whole thing makes no sense.
Okay. So Twilight's not with them. That's confusing. So Twilight's back in Ponyville. Twilight, Fluttershy, Pinkie Pie, back in Ponyville. Rarity, Applejack. That's it, actually. Why didn't anybody else go with her? That's confusing.
Rarity doesn't have anything to gain from this. Whatever evidence they have must be fabricated.
Well, you'll hear no argument from most of the staff. Many of them can hardly believe it.
Wait, most? You mean some ponies really think Rarity did it?
Not me, of course, but some of the temporary staff. They've heard about the Ponyville trial from last week, and they're starting to think, well, anything's possible. Even the most morbid of scenarios.
That's not good.
Well, they might have lost faith, but I won't. I'll keep my bond with my client, no matter what happens.
But the one taking this the hardest is obviously Coco. Her friend being arrested for the same crime she'd been accused of. I've tried to comfort her, but there's only so much one pony can do, you know?
Well, this is a change. I guess Miss Pomel's trial really was a wake-up call for him. That's what we're here for, Mr. Playwright. We want to help Rarity, and we were hoping you could help us do that.
Of course! How may I be of assistance?
Could you tell us about Rarity's connection to Brideway Theater, for starters?
To our theater? You mean besides through Coco? I'm afraid there isn't one.
Wait, what? Are you serious?
I am serious. Once she did participate in a fashion show that was held at Bridalway, but formally she doesn't work here. And while her fashion line does intersect with the world of theater, that's really the full extent.
So there's no direct connection?
None that I can think of.
Is that a good thing, you reckon?
I do reckon. I mean, yeah, it's a good thing. It means there's more reason to think that Rarity wouldn't have any reason to want to hurt Bridalway. What about her connection or overall concept? Anything there?
That's trickier to answer. They certainly knew each other well enough to call in favors. The ring, as you'll no doubt recall.
So they were friends.
Honestly, I'm not sure if that's the correct label, but they were certainly on good terms. Not that I'm surprised, now that I think about it.
Why is that?
Well, I know that previously I would not have been inclined to worry about my employees and their feelings. But one thing I did hear a lot was how nicely Overall got along with just about any pony. It's probably why he and Coco hit it off so well in the first place. And why she always spoke so glowingly of him, poor thing.
What about the rest of the theater staff?
Same goes for them too. They loved him. Mr. Hawkins, Miss Coltman, and Mr. Gaitis. Oh, and there was Espy and I mean Stella.
Espy and Stella? Who are they?
The Pantomimias. Twin Earth Pony sisters. Stella was a costume designer here once.
Once?
She disappeared one day. She and her sister. No explanation, no warning. Just poof.
He doesn't know? That means the government, princesses, and Lawkeeper Equity, jeez, I cannot remember names for some reason, swept it under the rug and said it was just a disappearance? Well, that ain't good.
That doesn't seem right. Ponies can't just disappear into thin air like that.
Didn't Athena's case last week involve teleportation?
She doesn't mean literally, Polly. Sorry, Applejack. His attitude has really taken a nosedive since coming to this world.
You don't gotta apologize, Trucy. I see his point. Apollo? I know I ain't Twilight, so I can't exactly speak on magic and whatnot. But you haven't lived in this world all your life. We ponies, we like to stick together. That's just who we are. The idea that any one of us can just vanish off the face of Equestria? That doesn't make a lick of sense.
I agree, and yet, it really did happen. All of us were hurt by it. Overall, especially. He, Stella, and Espy were close friends.
That must have been devastating for Overall. An orphan already. To lose ponies close to him.
When exactly did they, disappear?
Admittedly, my memory is a little hazy.
How? You're the director. Shouldn't you, like, know your actors' schedules and everything?
That's the receptionist's job, usually.
The so-called visual genius failing to see how lazy this makes him look. He can't make this stuff up.
This is a long shot here. But what if Lawkeeper Equity and so-called princesses, so-called, what did I say that like that? I'm pretty sure in the canon episodes we know there's memory erasing spells, or spells that can hinder or what's the word? Affect the pony's memories. If the princesses and Lockkeeper Equity, again, we don't know how powerful her magic is, went around and just basically erased them from their memories, that would be a more likely scenario than they just poof disappearing.
Wait, now I remember. It was about 6 months ago. Yes, around that time frame.
Do you remember if there was anything off about them before then? Or if they mentioned that they were planning on going somewhere?
Honestly, no. But it has been a while. And, as you know, a lot has happened since then. But I can ask some of the staff. See if they remember anything. If you'd like.
I guess it couldn't hurt. Though, honestly, I don't see how this could have any bearing on Rarity's case. If
The audience
Overall really
does.
was as close to those sisters as Playwright says, maybe Mr. Right was right after all, and Overall's suppression finally caught up with him. But that doesn't explain why Rarity's been arrested. Ugh.
I'm terribly sorry I couldn't provide you much more, Mr. Justice.
It's alright, but there is another way you could help us.
Really? Then name it.
Would you allow us to investigate the theater again? Maybe look through Overall's workroom?
Well, yes, of course. But both you and the police have already combed it over extensively. I can't imagine you'd find anything new.
What about where Overall Concept lived? I reckon there must be something there.
Same story, I'm afraid. The police investigated his and Coco's apartment from top to bottom before her trial. Sorry, folks.
Well, ain't that a kick in the head? Or two.
Is there really nothing new about Overall? Seriously?
Well, what about... No, that's dumb.
Hey, wait. Don't shoot yourself down before you even said anything. Do you have an idea?
Kind of. It's just... Well, if we can't learn anything new about Overall, what if we learned something old? Like,
Like where he used to work, maybe?
I could most certainly tell you that. Before he came to Bridalway, Mr. Concept worked at a place called Charismatics Mare Attic. It's a, site for certain activities. Not that Overall ever engaged in them, of course. I'd never hire somebody with that sort of background.
Okay.
Are we implying what I think we're implying?
This might be a bit of a long shot, but does that name ring any bells for you?
Sorry, Apollo. I might know Manhattan a bit, but I don't know every place. Rarity might have, but I don't think this Charismatics Mare Attic even existed when I was a filly.
It's fine. Still, I thought I'd ask anyway. Do you think this place could help us then?
It might. I mean, Overall mentioned a few times that he had a room there, though I always thought he meant it was a second workroom.
It can't hurt to check it out, at the very least. Can you give us the address?
I can most certainly, but just, try and be quick about it.
Why? Not that we're about to go at this at a snail's pace, but is there some other reason we oughtn't dilly-dally?
It's just the lead detective is there right now. Part of his investigation, he said. I had to show him there myself just now. He said he knew where it was, and then started running in the opposite direction. You might want to hurry if you've got any questions for him, is what I'm saying.
Lead detective? So that means...
Yeah. This is probably the guy who found the evidence leading to Rarity's arrest.
Jerk. I ought to give him a piece of my mind.
Hey now, he was just doing his job. Don't you be fixing to yell at him when we head on over there.
I'd love to help you all out more, but sadly I must be off. In spite of this tragedy, the work of the theater never stops.
We understand. Thank you, Mr. Playwright.
I wonder what that detective will say when we turn up.
It better be an apology.
Honestly, it's not even an apology I want, but an explanation. This case already feels as murky as the last. Except for one thing. I know Rarity is innocent, and that's what I need to focus on. I can't let myself get distracted by other stuff, like these Pantomimia sisters or their connection to Overall. Rarity is the only one that matters. I'll find out what really happened that night, and save my client just like I said I would. Get ready, Equestria. Here comes justice!
Who? That looks like... Wait a minute, both of these look like the Pantomimia sisters. Well, I can certainly say that their role in this is definitely something. Hang on a minute, stop that. Go back. Princess Celestia and Spike? Wow. Nice. And Trixie Lulumoon? Fia? Spot on voice actors, as always. Good job on the writers, my word. And the story. Hang on a minute. That's the sister. That's the one that got killed. Isn't it? Why is she crying? It was her. Whoa, hold up a minute. Who's... Oh, that's the detective, I think. Wait, who's the one that died? Hang on a minute, those ponies look familiar. Especially the one in the dress. That guy is definitely familiar, only from Turnabout Storm. Wait. Is that the sister? No. That was cool. Whoa. It is him. He knew of our concept. Oh. Oh, gosh. He's in the middle of everything. I don't know who that is. Well, that's the detective. Oh, I just realized. The judge can't be in two places at once. Celestia's gonna be one of the judges. That's cool. That's cool. Okay. So we see here. Wait a minute. No, this doesn't make sense. Huh. That was creepy. That's a Pegasus. Whoa. I have no words. That was amazing. If this is going where I think it is, holy moly. Story writers and the directors have outdone themselves. What's his name? What's his name? What's his name? If the Pegasus that was in Turnabout Storm and helped Sonata with, well, we can say it already because blackmail, and that was his sister, no wonder Dash is a suspect. But Sonata, no, Sonata wouldn't be either. But Dash, that makes way more sense why Dash is the main suspect. Ooh. And that ending sequence, if Overall Concept knew every single one of those people that died, this connection is going way, way more in depth. And his death is meaning a lot more than what we think. The same with Silver Streams, if I'm saying that name right. Ooh, this just got interesting. Oh, this is amazing. I love this. Y'all have outdone yourselves again. Voice actors, story writers, everything. Story writers, animators, especially. Bravo. Good job. Oh my gosh. Alright. I've already said what I think throughout the episode, which is why this is now almost longer than the episode itself. So I'm not gonna bore y'all with any other details. I hope y'all enjoyed this video. Please consider subscribing to Patreon, because these will be up a week before I put them on YouTube, and it's only $1 a month. You get to be a week early. You get a monthly movie and you get unedited versions that I can't put on YouTube. That are unedited. I have to edit the ones on YouTube to get non-copyrighted. If you're on YouTube, make sure to, if you're on Patreon, consider subscribing to my YouTube channel in the description below. If you're on YouTube, make sure to hit that like button if you did like these videos, and if you did like them, consider subscribing, because I do these kind of videos all the time. I do reaction videos, gaming, and movies as well. And if you did subscribe, make sure you hit that notification bell so you won't miss another video that I post. And like I said, I hope y'all enjoyed this video, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.